Everybody, welcome back to All Mama All Right. Today we are talking about joy and what sparks joy. And I randomly just kind of came up with wanting to talk about that because today is Klay. For all y'all who don't know my husband, which a lot of you probably don't, he is a huge Warriors fan. Huge Warriors fan. And he's had season tickets for 20 plus years when they were not when they were, I don't want to say a no-name team, but they were a team no one mentioned because it was not the best thing. They'd be like, Warriors who? No offense, Warriors. But yeah, he's been so loyal, and this ish jacks him up. And you can see my little friend here. We have these little bobbleheads of almost every single player all over the house. And so Clay's going to join me today since he's the kind of the inspiration for the joy that is being felt in this household at this moment. And so, and even actually, one of Aaron and my first dates, our second date, again, just getting to know this guy, and he takes me to the Warriors game, and that's where we found out that we were both sober. Neither one of us drank at the game, and I did not pay any attention to it. I was meeting some of his friends, so I was, just trying to stay focused on being the girl that I wanted him to fall in love with. And it didn't have, until after the game. We went and grabbed pizza, and he turned to me and he said, are you an alcoholic? And I straight up was like, yes. And then I was like, shoot, did I just tell this guy I'm kind of interested that I'm an alcoholic without knowing his answer? Because I had no idea if he was a drinker or. And then he said, me too. And it was just one of those. So the Warriors hold such a special place in my heart, primarily because of that. I am definitely a sports fan in general. I am a cheerleader in general. I'm kind of a cheerleader for existence. If you ask anyone, I tend to end a lot of emails with "Go Team." You'll probably see that in multiple descriptions. Just go anything, rah rah. Long story short, I actually tried out for, because my sister's the actual cheerleader of the family, like she's like athletic cheerleader. And I tried out for cheerleading in high school, and I did make it, but I think it was just because of the pity they may have had of me trying so gosh darn hard. And I I really wanted just to be able to be on the sidelines and yell at the players for scoring and playing harder. And because they were never doing it right. They just weren't doing it fast enough. And but it was a lot of fun. Total sidetrack. But back to joy, back to Mr. Klay Thompson. He has been out with an injury for definitely 2 years, if not maybe a little more. Eek. And the whole Warrior world is so ready for that man to come back to the court, and not only because of his play, but because of his playfulness and his clayness. And so today we have dubbed, no pun intended, Dub Nation, dubbed this day Happy Klay Day. And my husband's taking it one step further, Happy Klays-mas. So he's Merry Klays-mas. So this may be our new Christmas next year. We'll see. But yeah. And also for game day, celebrating, I got do you ever just crave weird things? Yeah. And so this, and we got some buffalo wings, so that'll be fun. And right now he's warming up with watching the Niners. Um, so yeah, so that is kind of the joy that is happening in the house. And also, I've mentioned in previous episodes that we are doing an abundance challenge, and it has been lots of breath work, lots of ancestral work, everything going in, guys, everything going deep, deep, deep. Girls, guys, lots of reflecting and stuff. It's not like you do a quick homework assignment for it. You are in tears or laughing hysterically at the type of homework because of all the feelings that you're feeling. And so it has been so great. And we're already freaking seeing abundance. We've been wanting to go on a trip. When did COVID start? For a long time. So we finally pulled the plug and we're like, things are not tight. We were living in that mindset before that, we really got to save each penny. I mean, I left a corporate job. We're on one income. And so that affects the lifestyle and the spending that we were doing for obvious reasons. And it's not bad, but the mindset we were living in before was just that we had to lessen everything, that we had to live by scarcity as opposed to abundance. So since taking this class, we're like, we can afford a trip. We are affording a trip. We are buying it, buying the tickets. So we're like, okay, we're gonna do it. But as we're doing it, we get deals on flights just randomly, like, when you're typing on like kayak and stuff, and it's like, oh, new flight deal, you have like an hour or two book and it's free. Well, that never happens, because if that happens, oh my God, that's amazing. But great deal. So bam, flight deal. Then we're like, ooh, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. And the hotels. So then we got bumped up to like one of their suites, because they're not opening. Well, this little tip, if you're planning travel and you have a little human that's still in like a playpen, or like a crib. Oh, what is it called? Pack and play. There you go. Good job, mom. A pack and play. Then you only have to put 2 adults when making a reservation, and then you can just call or put in special notes, include pack and play, please. In this case, we called, and I highly recommend getting people on the phone over emails, because just it's so much more personable, and you really, if you go in with the mindset of this is gonna be fun, this is gonna spark joy, then heck yes, it tends to. And just from experience, we get on the phone, we tell them, because we felt like we were breaking the rules with not mentioning that we had an infant. I'm like, oh, shoot, but we have a little one. So another reason, if you feel like you're lying, give them a call. And so call, mention kid. They said, oh, well, great. By the way, we're actually opening this new part of our hotel on February 10th, which is the day that we would be traveling to get to this place, which is Costa Rica, by the way. Costa Rica. And that's my official Costa Rica dance going forward. And so they're gonna let us have one of the freaking suites for the same price that we were originally gonna pay for one of the other rooms. I mean, abundance, baby. And this is what that class and the book that I'm reading say to do is, when you receive, be incredibly, be grateful by thanking the universe for giving you this or showing you this abundance, and then be ready to give it back. So open to receive and open to give. So I just can't see how I'll be giving, but also I'm just, again, joy. So joy in travel, and the fact that that has just been thrown in our laps. And another thing that we are doing, we're going against ourselves. And this is something that David White, if any of you are familiar with that poet, he often, his friend John O'Donohue would tell him, go against yourself. And that can be for anything really. For me, ordering something, I usually don't order off the menu. And for someone that just for anything. And so for us, we were looking at this trip, and it was going to be, for about 8 days. And we're like, that's plenty of time. And then we kind of sit back and we're like, should we go against ourselves? Should we go longer? And so, bam. And the second that we both sat with it, felt it, and it felt right, another abundance. And that was basically saying the universe is like, okay, you're doing, way to follow those signs. And then we got into the original hotel that we want. So we're going to be in 2 hotels, but we got into the one that we really wanted to be in at the beginning that wasn't available for the first week. You know what I'm getting at. Just this ish is crazy, and it's fun, and it's hard work. And I'm learning so much. So big props to the gentleman's name is Aaron Dowdy, who's putting on the 21 manifestation abundance challenge. So, and all his, I'm going to stop promoting. Okay. Just, it's amazing. And yeah. And so that's kind of the joy that's happening in this household right now. We're so excited to be able to travel with little Miss Z. And I am going to be talking a lot about and having some videos on how to prep for traveling with an infant, and share some of those resources of where I find that information, as well as hopefully find a way to receive comments from all of you. Still, again, I'm been figuring all this stuff out, but I hope you all are enjoying this. And I just got rid of our Christmas tree today. And that doesn't spark joy. Well, it was I had 2 Christmas trees. Again, I had a vision of decorating for this home, and that's something that sparks joy. Is I love decorating my house. And I definitely 100%, trillion percent got that from my mother, who got that from my baba. And I'm sure it goes on forever. And I can, I guess, talk about that now. I'll talk about it now because it's joyful. I do a few things. I get something to go in the front door. I get fake vines. So right now I think I have fake spruce vines that we have this big that I put in like a few places around one chandelier. I'll have to show you guys pictures. And around this big antique, I'm not using armoire, that's the wrong fancy word, is big, and now it has vines on it. And then also a tablecloth. So those are like my kind of 3 things that I focus on: wreath or something on the front door, and then some fake greenery on these 3 places where I put it, and then a festive tablecloth, and usually a centerpiece, but I usually throw a basket and put apples in it. That's what's on the table right now. But yeah, with that, I just get joy from it. the house looking like it's getting ready for something fun, even though it's not happening. Yes. So I wanted to leave you with what we are watching, what we have for um for Klay. So the candle is lit. We are feeling your presence, and our home is, full of joy because of a sport and our love and passion for that sport, and my love and passion for my husband who loves the sport, because it's just so much fun watching him watch the games, because obviously he knows every single player on a personal level in his mind, and maybe he will one day. I believe that wholeheartedly, that we'll have all the Warriors at our house, and he talks to them, and I love it. It's so cute. I mean, no, it's cool, because basketball's not cute, right? I don't know. Dub Nation, rock on. Thank you all for joining. Hope you had fun. Until next time, Miss Mama is signing off. Alrighty, y'all.